Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into something really cool? We're tackling Google's NotebookLM today.
And let me tell you, this is not just some note-taking app, although I guess technically,
You mean it's more than that?
way more. Think about this. Uploading a ton of research, like articles, documents, even audio recordings.
Okay, sounds familiar so far.
But instead of getting lost in it all, NotebookLM finds what matters. Summaries, takeaways, you name it.
Hold on, it does that for you, automatically.
You got it. Like having an AI research assistant, seriously.
Okay, now that's impressive.
Yeah.
So how's it different from, like, just copying and pasting the important parts?
Because it gets what you're looking for. It uses these large language models like Google's Gemini AI.
So it actually understands the information.
It analyzes the data. It doesn't just regurgitate. Say you're looking at AI's impact on journalism.
Okay, timely topic.
Right. NotebookLM could summarize the finding, sure, but also pick out different viewpoints, highlight debates.
And even find related research you might have missed.
Exactly. It's like having a co-pilot for your research. Makes things faster and uncovers stuff you might not see yourself.
Now that you mention it, it does feel like more of a partnership than just a tool.
And that audio overview feature, that one really got me.
Okay, gotta ask, what is that?
Imagine, right? An hour-long podcast on something super complex like quantum computing.
Yeah, definitely not an easy listen.
But instead of just a transcript, you get a short audio summary, hitting the key points, arguments, even the tone.
So it's like condensing a whole hour into a 5-minute briefing.
And telling you what's most important. Wild, right?
Seriously, anyone drowning in information needs this. But we found a real-world example, right? How's this being used?
Oh, absolutely. There's this podcast, AI Deep Dive, all about AI, blockchain, finance, the really complex stuff.
So how are they using NotebookLM to, well, keep up with everything?
One way is prepping for their own deep dives. They'll feed a bunch of research papers to NotebookLM.
Like, let's say, a new white paper on decentralized finance.
Perfect example. NotebookLM pulls out the big insights, spots conflicting views.
And helps them structure their episodes in a way that makes sense.
Exactly. Informative and keeps listeners engaged. Like having an extra brain in the room.
So they're using it before they even hit record, but they're also using it during, right? For fact-checking.
Oh, absolutely. Talk about real time. They've hooked it right into their system.
Yeah.
So while they're talking, it's listening, making sure they're right.
Pretty much. Cross-checking everything against the research they uploaded earlier.
No more, well, in my research. And hoping for the best.
Gone. Any discrepancies, anything unclear, NotebookLM flags it. Keeps them accurate, up to date.
Especially crucial in fields like these. Things change by the minute, it seems.
You said it. Accuracy matters. And what gets me is, this isn't just for podcasts, or even just AI and all that.
You think this is bigger? Like, how big are we talking?
This changes how we research, learn, create, period.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Whoa. Okay, so like internet level big. Fundamentally changing how we deal with information.
That's what it's looking like.
Where?
Think about how much time we spend just looking for the right stuff. Articles, reports.
List scrolling, yeah. NotebookLM, tools like this, they cut that way down. We can focus on what matters, analyzing, making sense of it all.
Creating something new with it. That's what I'm picking up on. It's not replacing us. It's
Augmenting us. Taking care of the boring parts so we can do the human stuff.
the thinking, the connecting, the aha moments.
You got it. Like having a whole team of researchers working for you while you're free to do the big picture stuff.
That is a very tempting thought. But realistically, downsides. Nothing's perfect.
Fair point. Always got to ask. NotebookLM, as amazing as it is, it's still early days. There are limitations.
Like what? What should people watch out for?
Highly technical stuff, really nuanced data. It can trip up sometimes. Needs a human eye to double check.
So don't just blindly trust it. Use your own judgment too.
Exactly. It's a tool, a powerful one, but still a tool. Know its strengths, know its weaknesses. It's a partnership.
Both sides bringing something to the table. Makes sense. So where do we go from here? What's next for all this?
That is the million-dollar question. We're at the edge of something huge, and like any big change.
There are going to be amazing opportunities, but also some challenges.
Exactly. And understanding both is key.
So let's talk opportunities first. What's got you excited? Give us the optimistic view.
Well, imagine everyone having access to this kind of knowledge. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from.
Equal footing, everyone's able to research, understand, share their own big ideas.
That's it. It could completely change education, journalism, even scientific research, you name it.
No more gatekeeping, no more information overload. Just pure potential.
And it's more than just the access, it's how we use it. Imagine talking to a database like it's a person,
Asking complex questions, getting real, insightful answers.
tailored to you. Let a personal tutor for anything you can think of.
I could get behind that, never stop learning, right? But this isn't just about individuals either, is it?
Not at all. Imagine AI helping experts from all different fields work together.
Collaborating on a global scale, solving problems faster, more effectively.
Breakthroughs we haven't even dreamed of yet. It's exciting, no doubt. But we got to talk about the challenges too.
Right, because every coin has two sides. What are the potential downsides we need to be aware of?
The big one, making sure these tools are used responsibly. We have to remember the data that trains these AI.
It can reflect our own biases, our own blind spots.
Exactly. We need to be aware of that, constantly checking for it. And accessibility is huge too.
Can't let it become a tool only certain people have access to, widening the gap instead of closing it.
Right. We need to be proactive, making sure these tools are used to create a world that's informed, fair, just.
For everyone, not just a select few. It's a lot of responsibility, isn't it?
It is. But it's on all of us. We can shape how this unfolds. So what can each of us do? How do we ensure? That's the question, isn't it? How do we make sure this power is used for good, not for,
The opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility to think about.
It is, but it's also exciting. We're not just along for the ride. We get to steer a bit.
So what can we do? Where do we even begin?
Awareness is huge. Knowing that data can be biased, being on the lookout for that.
So, like critical thinking, but applied to AI generative stuff too.
Exactly. Questioning what we see, just like we'd question any source. And then there's making sure everyone has access.
Right, because if it's going to change things for the better, it can't just be for a select few.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We need companies, initiatives, the whole shebang focused on ethical AI, making it fair.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Honestly, when we started talking NotebookLM, I was caught up in the wow factor, all the cool stuff it does.
It's easy to get lost in that.
It is.
Yeah.
But this conversation, it's like zoomed out the lens, made it real.
That's what we aim for here, right? The how is important, but the why. That's where it gets interesting.
No doubt. Makes you think bigger. And on that note, I want to bring this back to everyone listening. Imagine having this power to research effortlessly, find hidden connections.
And share your unique view with the world.
Exactly. What would you do with that? What knowledge would you share? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive, everyone. Keep exploring, keep asking those big questions.